I'll call it February 21st meeting of the Town of East Windsor Board of Finance to order, and we'll start with signing pledges.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
As attendance goes, we are all here, so we do not need to approve an alternate, put in an alternate tonight. Have a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Minutes from January 17th, 2024. Are there any additions or corrections?
Yeah, the spelling of my last name, it's Reichele. Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the Board of Finance regular meeting minutes from January 17th as amended.
Second that.
Any additional corrections? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public participation. Big crowd tonight. I don't think we're gonna- Communications?
None.
None, okay. Doesn't make sense tonight. Monthly reports, the town, Amy.
So revenue was 94% collected by the end of January, but that wasn't the last day to collect. February 1st or 2nd was the last day, so. Those numbers she gave out at staff meeting today, 90 something percent, 98. So things are doing well for taxes. Expenditures, I think the only thing that we haven't talked about yet is PD overtime. Is almost all spent, but they have significant savings in their full-time officer line because they have 3 vacancies currently. And they also have extra money in their dispatch salary from turnover also, and they currently have 1 dispatcher position vacant. So they will be fine overall, but overtime will continue to go over budget probably by the next time we talk. But they will have savings to make up in the other. And I don't think there's anything else other than the DPW contract. I gave you a transfer last month. I only gave you the retro part. I forgot the rest of the year. So they're on our agenda again as a transfer to give them the rest of the year they need, so we can pay them the rest of the year. And one other transfer is in there for radios. I know you guys know about the radio system and we're having a lot of problems with it. We had to reinstall radios in the DPW truck so the plows could talk to one another in the PD. So there's a cost of about $5,000 that was not budgeted that needs to be covered for them to be able to have communications. And that's it for the town side, unless anybody has specific questions.
Yeah, I saw maybe it's just coming, legal, I'll be sure we're.
Yeah, we're gonna be over. We did a $60,000 settlement to Watts from before I ever got here. We did one settlement, I don't know, when I first got here.
Yep.
For him, but it was only part of the cases. And he went back after more money and they settled on $60,000 and we wrote that out of legal, though it wasn't budgeted.
Okay.
He's an attorney
Oh.
that used to do work for us before I ever worked here.
Well, my time, I don't agree. Well, skeletons coming out of closets, I guess, here in this one. All right,
So we will be back asking for a transfer
Okay.
for that eventually.
yeah, that's the only thing I saw that wasn't in the transfer list for the months. Anything else?
Overall, we're not negative yet
Okay.
in there.
Well,
I was trying to get a better handle on what the number would be before I came and asked, so I didn't have to come ask twice.
Yeah, okay. Yes, in the category we're not, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, yeah. Any other questions for Amy on town reports? No. Okay. Board of Education, looks like.
So Ryan unfortunately had an unexpected injury that required eye surgery over the weekend. So certainly I know, the BOE, report, financial report is provided. Should anyone have any questions, certainly I can relay it and we can make sure that you get a response to any questions. By then.
Because of the encumbrances, the way you report to us with the encumbrance, I didn't see anything that really stood out to me as much of a change from the last month.
Yeah, there really hasn't been much change since the last report.
Okay. All right, yeah, I think I said we still like $2.9 million unspent or something like that.
Yes.
Uncovered.
Yep.
Peter. All right, any questions for Dr. Tu? Transfers, there are two of them this month. They're in their page, wherever it was, or again,
Let's see.
8C. I have a motion for transfer number 21.
I will make the motion to transfer $15,019 from contingency to DPW full-time salary for the additional funds due to the contract settlement.
Second that.
Maybe kind of explain that we didn't transfer enough last month. So, any other questions for Amy on that? None, I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And communications for number 22.
I'll make a motion to transfer $5,075 from contingency to radio systems. This will cover the funds for the radio system for you said DPW, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Any other questions? All right. All those in favor of
Did you get a
transferring?
second?
Huh?
Did.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Randy,
All those in favor of transfer request number 22, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Reconciliations,
Town is done through January.
okay. We'll get an update next month on the DOE. Board of Selectmen.
I'm gonna do a quick update for you guys. We have a budget meeting tomorrow night.
Okay.
A workshop, and it has all of DPW, all of community services and police and fire all on it. So big night, lots of things being covered by the Board of Selectmen tomorrow night. And then there's two more, the 28th and the 29th, next Wednesday and Thursday. So those are the Board of Selectmen meetings.
Board of Education.
So last week at our Board of Ed meeting, we honored a middle school and high school student in partnership with the North Central Chamber of Commerce for acts of kindness. So each student got to designate a charity in which there'd be a donation in their name. Also, we honored our quarterly outstanding students at each school. And there was a Broadbrook student who was also honored with the Superintendent's Community Service Award. That student aided an adult that was in need of essentially support. Basically, the adult fell, was hurt badly on the fall. They found an adult to help get care for that staff member in need. Also, at the board meeting, it was attended by State Rep Jamie Foster, so she gave some legislative updates to the board on educational matters. And then in the high school sporting world, our boys play tonight in as far as boys basketball in conference playoffs at Summers. And our girls are scheduled to play the first round of state playoffs on Monday in a home game. And they recently lost in the quarterfinals last week. So both high school basketball teams are doing very well. And then in collaboration and partnership with East Windsor Police Department, we have our DARE graduation for our fourth graders. Went through the lessons with our SRO. And then and a fundraising event to be that's scheduled on March 22nd. The East Windsor PD will be playing our high school boys and girls. I am aware that they are secretly practicing too. We're also coordinating with the PD as far as participating in the Dr. Seuss Read Across America Day, where officers and town officials come into Broadbrook School to read with the kids. And then other than that, school was out this past Friday, and the kids just returned today, so just back in the swing after a short break.
Good.
Patrick, did you say fourth grade for Dare?
Yep, so our SRO went through special training last year to present the lessons, so it's a series of lessons. She goes into every classroom. I'm not sure how many lessons it is, but it is a series, and those kids are being recognized for completion of the program in a small little ceremony during school hours.
We also have our budget workshops starting
Yes.
tomorrow night and then next week.
Alrighty, next item on new business is budget meeting dates. If you look over to the back. There's two of them that are highlighted. You can kind of almost see they're highlighted. Amy had a conflict, or she budgeted for a conflict that turned out to be a different conflict. So we talked and we moved, so there is, now we have a meeting scheduled for April 4th at 7 for a budget workshop, which is Thursday.
But we eliminated April 10th,
April 10th is gone.
and then we changed the 17th to the 16th.
Do we think we'll need April E? I have a copy.
Yes,
Yeah, this is, we generally run 5 meetings.
the 8th is going to be, the Board of Ed.
All right, I will skip my.
And then we did move, our normal meeting would have been April 17th, but Amy has a conflict. She's gonna be at a conference on that one, so we moved that one to April 16th, was a Tuesday, the day before. So it's not a major problem with any group. It would be. So those are two changes we have.
We get a motion on those dates.
Have a motion?
Make a motion to change the meeting dates for our upcoming meetings and public budget workshops.
Have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Not all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. So just remember to change your calendars if you already had the old dates on your calendars. Alrighty, I don't believe we have any unfinished business from prior meetings.
Nope.
And that puts us to board member comments. Start on this end of the file, so let's start tomorrow. Right, last one, we'll start with left. Christina.
Just, I won't be able to attend the Board of Selectmen budget workshops because I'll be out of town, so.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, is everyone planning to attend the Board of Selectmen budget workshops?
I'm gonna be in New York all day tomorrow, and the next two are gonna be in a conference in Massachusetts, so I'm out. So,
I'll be happy. I'll try to attend the ones that I can then as well. And then two, again, I just want to make sure that, if anyone is watching, please try to attend our meetings. It's nice to hear from people, but it's hard when you don't come to, meetings, and it's hard to follow all of the forums and things like that. So definitely would encourage people to come out and just speak during our public participation.
No, nothing. I just gonna go, the call that wish people would show up. At least give us a little bit of input. Yeah, so we know.
another budget workshop or the public hearing we've had for our budget the last few years, we've had 2 or 3 people, and that's it. But that's your chance to speak, and we do this.
I did attend one of the Board of Selectmen budget workshops, and I find it interesting for me, and I was encouraged to ask questions, even though it was for the Board of Selectmen that night. So I'd encourage people to go if you have the time. It's worthwhile. I'll withhold my comments about people on the forum.
Oh, so I don't know. Alrighty, and I have really nothing to, said public participation in the budget workshops, and the public hearing is always encouraged, but unfortunately is poorly attended, and I don't know how we can encourage that. Speaking like we do, but anyway. If not, our upcoming meeting date will be March 20th, will be our regular meeting, and then after that, we start with our budget workshops. So for that, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Okay. I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. I don't think anyone.
No.
Meeting.
Sorry.
All the time.
The next one.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I think we're